What's going on, man? Welcome back to another video. I haven't been posting, but I needed a little bit of a break, but you know, we're here now and I'm ready to cook up some fire, baby. Let's go. In this video, I've been trying to get nice at drums and I've done a pretty good job at it. I've just been using loops recently. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use a loop. I'm gonna show you guys how to make some hard ass drums with no problem. I'm gonna do it using FL Studio, of course, and that's gonna be it. If your drums are slacking right now, man, don't worry about it. I promise it will get better. You just gotta put in the hours and you'll just start making some heat out of nowhere. Sit down, grab some coffee, grab some lemonade, do what you gotta do and just learn something, or not, just catch a vibe, whatever you wanna do. Without further ado, let's get into the video, baby. If you guys are unfamiliar with good ways of getting loops, what I've found is the best way is you can go on Reddit, you can use the subreddit Melody Loops, or what I've been doing recently is hop onto Cody's Discord and go into just a loop section that he has. He has a bunch of different categories that I'll show you in a second when Discord loads up. They're pretty different categories, so whatever type of feeling you want, you can normally find. So you can go in the Discord. Obviously, as you can see, he has a bunch of different categories, which is dope because usually I'm in one of these vibes, and if you're not, you got Loops General right here. So these kids are nerds, you know. You're gonna find something that you fuck with, that you can make a beat easily. If you just want to pump out quick beats, you know what I mean, this is easy as fuck. These types of melody loops are also very easy, or at least predictable, with the drum pattern that you're gonna choose, because there's only so many different variations, you know what I mean? Like homies like this smashing the keyboard. Definitely not picking that one, that's for sure. This one is gonna be dope. We can do this one. Normally what I would do in the case of using the loop is I would take out the stems, I would chop it up, I would send all of them to individual mixer tracks and I would mix them individually, adding my own effects to it. But this is only a drums video, so that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna make some drums. We're not even gonna worry about the melody loop. It's only there for bass, and yeah. So step number one, you want to have good kits for you to choose from. That's the first thing. You can't make good drums if you don't have good kits. One drum kit that I made a video on is called a Mike Zarlo staff. This one has a shit ton of sounds. You can honestly just have this kit and be fine. With these three kits I'm gonna show you, you can have just this kit and be fine, but you want to have all three because, you know, the more the merrier. Why not? You know what I mean? The next drum kit that I would say would be the next best, or even better than that, because these are all sounds that you hear on a regular basis in the songs that you listen to. It would be Cody's go-to drum kit. Again, a lot of sounds, but these are just sounds that you would normally go to use anyway, because you've heard them before and rappers heard them before, so they're gonna gravitate to it. So boom, that's the second drum kit. The third drum kit I would say would be Rio's. The third drum kit that I would say would be my favorite would be Rio's all drums. It's pretty fire. He's a beast, so he's an absolute animal. So definitely pick up this drum kit, especially for the effects. The effects are fire. Like that laser effect is fire. You can use that as a perk. So the next thing you want to think about before you get into the drums is you want to listen to the loop that you're using or the melody that you created. The rule of thumb to go off of is if it's a 4-chord progression, you want to have the length of your drum pattern to be 8 bars. And if it's a 2-chord progression, you want it to be 4 bars. So in this case, if you hear it, it's pretty obvious. Every 2 bars there's a new chord change, making it 4 chord changes. You all pass math, so it shouldn't be that hard for you guys. So yeah, that's like, you know, a good rule of thumb to know. Secondly, you want to have a kind of process that you go about making drums. My order, it's not really an order, it's just more of a feeling. Like sometimes I'll start with hi-hat, sometimes I'll start with 808. Most of the time what I'll do is I'll play it, I'll be like, all right, cool. Do I want to use a snare? Do I want to use a clap? Do I want to use a wood block? Whatever I want, I'll go ahead and do that. Sometimes I might just put a clap in there just as a placeholder and then change it later. You can do that, obviously. I'm actually gonna use Rio's kit for this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a clap, put it on the 3 of every bar. I'm gonna duplicate it over, bring down the velocities a little bit. Oh, next up you wanna put your hi-hat down. I can put in a quick 2-step real quick. Do cut itself, of course, and you want to just hear out the rolls that you hear. So for the hi-hats, you want to pay attention to the grid mostly. You want to be familiar with the difference between a 3rd step, half step, quarter step. Really, you want to think about, do you want to be in a triplet? Do you want to be straight? Most of the time when I would gravitate, I like the half rolls the best. Everyone's different. I like these half rolls the best. You can do something like this and make it sound like really straightforward. hi-hat pattern doesn't even need to have that much variety within it. You just got to do a little something different between each 2 bars, or every bar, every 4 bars. Just something subtle that's not just so straight. Or you can keep it the same. A lot of times if you change the variety between the other elements of the drums, you can keep some elements pretty basic, very repetitive, and as long as there's a bounce, you know what I mean? You really don't want to overthink it. Just get something kind of catchy within 2 bars, duplicate it, change it a little bit, duplicate it again, change a little bit again. So after I got the hi-hats going, really I could do anything. I mean, I can go to the 808s, sometimes I go to the perks. I'm gonna get some perks from Rio's kit. So what I like doing a lot is layering the last clap of every 4 bars with some sort of perk that has some reverb on it to open it up. It just always sounds good. In this case, I got this one from Rio's kit, and then I also got this one on the 1. It just opens it up, it makes the drums sound more ambient, just provides more texture, you know what I mean? After you've been doing drums for a while, what you'll notice is you can visualize the drum pattern relatively easily. You'll be able to place various sounds in spots without even really thinking about it. So a lot of times I'll hear a snare in a certain place after the clap, and I'll be like, all right, boom, let me throw it in. So in this case right now, I want the 2 snares right after the clap, and I want after every other basically. So I got boom right there, and then throw it in right here, and then go in the piano roll, duplicate it. This is not even hearing it, you know what I mean? This is just off of repetition and doing it over and over. You can visualize, you know, the repetitiveness of it, but it's very typical. You know what I mean? Like, everyone hears that pattern like all the time. All right, 808 time. We got our little perks, we got our clap, or we switched out the clap for perk, wood block. Then we got our snares, we got our effect. Time for the 808. I like establishing the bounce before I throw in the 808, and then work around the bounce that I created with the perks and the hi-hats. That's just me. Some people like doing the opposite. Some people like starting with the 808 and then doing the hi-hat and perk bounce based off of the bounce you already created with the 808. It's all personal preference at the end of the day. No need to overcomplicate it. This is just the way I found works best for me over the course of 2 years doing the shit. So with that being said, let's find ourselves an 808 and then do the drums. Cody's 808s are beautiful. All right, this 808's gas. You want to make sure you do cut itself, obviously, and you go in the piano roll. Make sure you know what key you're in. Knowing what key you're in beforehand makes the process so much easier, especially if you know scales, because if not, you're just going off sound and you're guessing, which you could do too. I do that mostly, honest. If you can, take a quick second, figure out the key, and then it'll make your life way easier. This one says it's in A minor. Let's see if that's the case. Sounds like it. So in these types of beats, you're always gonna want to make sure if the chord progression goes down, you want to vary these notes, or honestly any of these notes. You want to make sure you get these up in the scale. So this could be a cool pattern for the first 8 bars, but then you can go over here, make unique, and then for this one, you can add some variation. So I can throw these up here. What I'm gonna do too to control those high notes is I'm just gonna add an EQ. I'm just gonna compress those higher end notes. At this point, I got the 808, got the perks, got the hi-hat, you got everything. You can even throw in an open hat. Forgot about that, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I saw one in times I get off it. Yeah, she coming in time when I get off it. Yeah, I get one in but when I get off of it. Yeah, she going away when I get off of it. At this point, this is the template. You got your bass bounce, you got all your sounds put together. What I'm starting to hear is different rolls I can add in. I think what I'm gonna do is find a snare and then some snare rolls at the end and this part right here, and maybe even 2 snares. I don't know, we'll see. We're just gonna fuck around a little bit. Whatever happens, happens. I'll explain what I do at the end. Alright, boys, that is it. So this is the final drum pattern. I will take out the loop and I'll play it by itself. It's a mixture of both Rio's kit and Cody's kit, mostly Rio's kit for the perks and shit. So as you can see, I have this Pop Smoke kit for the kick. That's fire. But yeah, without the loop, this is it. So yeah, boys, that's the final beat. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. As a final tip, if you could comment something if you made it this far. I want to see if anyone made it this far. Probably not, but hey man, we can still dream. I'm gonna be the dreamer till I die, baby. Yes sir. Yeah, but that's gonna be the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Follow my Instagram down below. Peace.